A good teacher-student relationship relies almost entirely on the teacher doing his or her job well. But a good relationship also depends on mutual respect and trust. That is, if you don't earn the respect of your students, your relationship with them will suffer. And more importantly, very little learning will occur in your classroom. Students work harder and achieve more for teachers with whom they have a positive relationship. As a teacher, you have a great advantage in this situation in that you set the tone for the relationship from the moment your students walk through the door. By establishing rules and expectations from day one, by working like mad to make sure you're teaching in an interesting and engaging way, and by investing yourself in the success of your students, you can't help but have good rapport with them.
When you meet with the students for the first day, you begin immediately to teach. Often, sometimes we think the first 2 days is to get acquainted and so forth, but we need to teach immediately so that the tone is set that when you come into this class, we have business to accomplish. And then you can always let up and talk about the other things once you've established the tone in your classroom. So teach from the beginning and teach to the end of that period, and then kids soon understand that we're in there for business, and we have a lot of things to do and a lot of things to accomplish, but we can still have a good time at it too.
I set a tone at the very beginning of the year by letting students know that I'm human. Most students come in and think that teachers are just not personable, they can't laugh, that they are very serious. And I let students know that I have a humorous side, but I let students know what my expectations are as well.
It's important to note that having a rewarding relationship with students does not mean being their buddy. You must maintain a position of authority just to be taken seriously, and this can't happen if you place yourself at the peer level. This isn't to say that a good teacher can't have fun with students or enjoy their company. However, it does mean that he or she has to maintain a position of relative authority. Students must respect the teacher as the classroom leader for any learning to take place. Of course, a crucial key to developing a good relationship with students is to respect them, just as you want to be respected by them. Acknowledge their views and opinions even when you don't share them. Solicit their input on matters crucial to the classroom, and listen to their criticism even when you respectfully disagree with what they have to say. Granted, you have to have standards for decorum and good taste when allowing students to express their views. However, giving students a voice in your classroom is one of the most important things you can do to create a climate that enhances learning and earns respect for all in the classroom.
A lot of times, students can give feedback to teachers by raising their hand and asking questions. A lot of times they can just stop and say, can you give me an explanation of what is going on in this classroom, or why are we doing what we're doing? Hopefully the teacher won't see that to be as a negative, but more of a positive.
While it is very important that you as a teacher have good relationships with the students in your class, if you spend too much time focusing on how good your rapport is with students, you may lose track of whether you are actually teaching them anything. It is possible to have a very rewarding relationship with someone and not be any more enlightened because of it. The goal is always the student's education.